Well, Happy New Year! The first Sunday of a brand new year, 2021. Boy, I'm sure that we are looking forward to this in a new and different way, probably than we have had any other year in our past. You know, I was interesting. I was thinking about it as I was taking my walk the other day when I think it was January 1st or so, and I was thinking, yeah, brand new year. And then I thought, you know, what makes this day any different than any other day? I mean, we've torn the calendar off, yeah, and it says that's a new year, but really, is it any different than what yesterday was or the day before? Or, you know, I mean, what makes it that special? And I got to thinking that, well, you know, it really isn't that much different at this point in time. I mean, the Earth is still orbiting around the sun. You know, we still wake up into the sunshine. Now, the days are getting a little longer, and infinitesimally so. It seems like it's not that outrageously, you know, observational, but it's happening. So change is coming. Change can come either on tiptoe or by freight train. We all can relate to that type of analogy. And so I chose for the theme of this month, Life is a Journey. And our topic this morning is All Aboard. As I wrote in the thought for the week, I believe that we are all here at the will of our Creator. And that will of Creator is always good. It's always benevolent. It's always for the highest and best. And it is always changeless. Its creations and what it produces and in its expressions are always changeable. And I love the quote that I put in the thought for the week from Mother Teresa, when she said, I am a pencil in God's hand. What a vision to think, you know, to see that God is directing me, that I'm held in that beautiful, loving hand of the infinite. And it has given me free rein to express itself as any way I wish. When we are united and when we are one and when we acknowledge that this energy and this essence is what I am, we as finite beings in our humanness try to label this infinite with qualities such as love and order and wholeness and peace and joy. In our teaching, we have typically 12 attributes of God, 12 qualities of God that we focus on. And later in our program this morning, you're going to be given a piece of paper with those qualities listed, and you're going to be given the opportunity to look at them and prayerfully decide which one or two of them would you like to emulate in this coming year. It'll be a prayerful type of a thing. And why do we do this? Why do we think about this type of thing at the very beginning of each year? Because we want to set our priorities straight. We want to set our intentions so that we can work with this throughout the coming year. Life is a journey. It is not a destination. We are always moving through it. And when I say life, I'm talking about both this human experience of life as well as our infinite, eternal experience of life. You know, this experience of this personhood that we are at the moment will come and go. But this life that we are with a capital L within us will never, ever be extinguished. We are talking about all aboard. All aboard. What does that make you envision? going to get on a train, right? You're going to take a trip somewhere. You know where you're going. You know what the destination is. So it depends. Like if you're gonna go on a trip, let's say you're gonna go up to the mountains. Well, you want to think about, well, I want to be prepared. What am I going to take with me? And so you might want to take a heavy coat, right? If it's winter time. And so recently I had a short little vacation that I went up to our local mountains and camped in a cabin. I think they call it glamping. And I am a list maker. I went for 3 days. I am a list maker, and so I made a list of everything that I wanted to take with me to be prepared. What am I going to take to make sure that I have everything? Anybody want to guess how many items were on my list? 70. 6.
108.
104. The person that I went with, who was carrying all these things in and out of the cabin, said to me at the end of the time, do you think that maybe you could just think of one item that you could not bring next time? And I thought, you know what, you're right. There's really no reason why I have to plan on making eggs Benedict. So that could actually eliminate 4 things on the list. So evidently, yes, perhaps I went a little overboard in my preparation. But let's look at this at a deeper level. Let's look at this journey of life that we're taking and getting on board with it. And not just looking at the stuff that we're taking or not taking. That's the superficial thing. Let's look at the attitude, the consciousness that we are taking with us on this journey of life. Romans 12:12 says, "Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer." Joyful in hope, patient in affliction, and faithful in prayer. Can we be joyful in hoping, in our expectation? Absolutely. I mean, I really did envision myself making those eggs Benedict at one point, but that's okay. Can we be patient in affliction? In this human experience, affliction seems to come. Can we be patient in it? Can we be able to look beyond what the consternation is at the moment in time, like sitting out here in the 55-degree weather? I love this saying that I put on my vision board a couple years ago. I think it was from a Wayne Dyer calendar that said, patience is being at peace with the process of life. How true is that? To just be able to live in the moment and being able to be faithful in our prayer. Be faithful in our prayer. What is our prayer? Our prayer literally is every single moment, every single thought, every single word is a prayer, because we are communicating with this divine energy, this essence that is in the unseen realm, that is right here closer than hands and feet. And so that we can be faithful in praying, in this communication with the infinite, with our love that we have, that we are of. And so that we can tune in to what this Creator has in store for us. That Creator always creates things that are good, right? So don't we want to have a good life? Don't we want to be able to experience the highest and the best for us? I believe so. But it takes, you see, because we are that pencil, we are that free expression of the infinite, It takes us turning our attention to it, turning our attention to within. The song that we listened to right before this from Bethany, to go within, to feel that energy, to be available, to be open. We read time and time and time again, the more we do that, the more we are in tune and alignment with this creator that wants to give us the very highest and best, we are living in grace. And life goes smoothly. It's the beginning of the year. It's time to set our intentions. It's time to put them in proper order. It's time to be willing to let go of whatever things do not serve us. By the way, I'll interject a little commercial here. Yes, we are planning to have our rummage sale in February. I have a couple people who have called me that wants to bring more things over to my garage. My garage is getting pretty tapped out because I like to park my car in there. So if anybody has any extra space at your place, let me know, because I have a couple people that are asking me, where can I bring this stuff? It's either to you or the Goodwill. So I just want to mention that this is available. So to just make a note of that. But it's time for everyone to get on board with releasing, letting go of this excess that we have accumulated. And I'm not talking about just stuff. I'm talking about the attitudes of less than, of insufficiency. It's time for us to step up on board with all the qualities that we are. One of the qualities in the past, because we've done this many, many years of choosing that quality of life, the God quality that you want to emulate, many people choose order. It is one of the consistently used ones. Order and peace and love are the primary ones. But why is that? It's because order is the first law of the universe. When we get on board and bring with us what we need, we don't need all the excess baggage. I remember a person who once went to Hawaii with a gazillion amount of luggage and ended up sending back 50 pounds once, they were there for a couple of days, because I don't need all this. A good thing to acknowledge it. In Mark chapter 2, verse 22, Jesus said, "No man pours new wine into old wineskins, so that the wine may not rend the skins, and the skins be ruined, and the wine runs out. But they pour new wine into new wineskins." It's a new year. It can be a time for us to pour the wine into the new wineskins, to let go of anything that no longer serves us, so that we have room for the newness to be birthed. We just talked this whole last month about the birth of the Christ consciousness. Well, that Christ consciousness needs some room. It needs some stretching room. And so we need to let go of all the past things that have held us back, the limiting ideas, the less than ideas. Step into our fullness. It was interesting as I was thinking of contemplating this message this morning. I don't know when it was, a few nights ago, I had this dream that I was taking a trip. Imagine that. And I was taking a trip, and I needed to make sure that I had my identification cards. That I had my ID, for my driver's license, and I needed some other cards with me so that I could prove who I was. I mean, this was important. I'm not going to be able to board if I can't document who I am and what I am. And it reminded me of what Roy Eugene Davis has said. He says, "Inquire, what am I? You will discern that you are not your body, which was born and will die, or the mind that is changeable. You are the silent witness of what you observe." Much deeper. When you know this, you will be self-realized, capital S. And in parentheses, he has put note. Inquire, what am I, rather than who am I? Contemplate your pure conscious essence of being, which does not have any personality characteristics. We are that silent witness. We are that unchangeable core that is within us. That's what we are. And it wants us, this human side of us, this personality side of us, this ego side of us, to discover it, to let it use us, to do its work. So how many people do I have all on board today? Are we ready for a brand new trip, a brand new way to live, to let go of the old, and to be on board with what life, newness, love, joy, peace is wanting to live through us as? Absolutely. So I'm going to ask you to bring out your program one more time, and let's look at that bottom part on the thought for the week, and I'd like to end with us reading this together. I gladly welcome this new year of 2021 in my journey of life. I get on board with deepening my connection to my God within, and willingly and joyously am able to reflect out only its qualities of love, peace, joy, and more. For this I am eternally grateful, and it is so. Namaste.